A day in the life of Homestead Overland, Virginia, and the things you gotta do. Hey, no goats in the house. No goats in the house. So I drove the old green machine down to the other end of the property because when you're off-grid homesteading, there's always work. So I want to show you some of the stuff that has to be done around here. And I'll tell you about that right now. This is my green machine. It's got 366,000 miles. It's my 1998 Toyota Tacoma Pre-Runner. That's Winston. We brought him down today. He's going to be my snake dog. And we just brought down our tools because we got some weed whacking to do. And then I want to show you a personalized license plate. If you know, you know. If you know what that means, you let me know. This is a stanchion. I bought this for our Jersey Guernsey cow that we used to have. My wife hasn't done a video on it yet. We got rid of our milking cow. Here's the reason why. After she had her baby, she got real aggressive. She was 4 years old when we got her. I told my wife I didn't want to get her to begin with. I'd rather start out with maybe a new cow, first time getting into the milking business, but who knows, this cow could have been abused or whatever. When we were milking her, she kicked my wife right here in the chest, nice big bruise. She fell over on me, and I've had shoulder surgery before. I think I need surgery again, but this isn't finished. I got the stuff over there to finish up the roof, but this is a place where the cow goes in, and then you put her head in between those two 2x4s, and then you close it. That holds them into place, and then you put a kickboard down here. I got a piece of wood that you put there so they can't kick you, and you can milk them safely. We couldn't even get her into this thing. We'd walk into the back to the feed bucket right here, and then you would close this guy. Yeah, that does that. You close this guy, and this would fall down, and then her head would be there, and you could milk her. Over here, there's a place to put a piece of plywood, which would be the kickboard, and you sit here and you milk, and her leg over here will not kick you. And then when it's time for her to get out, you just release this 2x4, and then she can walk right out. So we sold her to an Amish guy. We got our money back minus the shipping that we got her from Pennsylvania. It was like 250 bucks. And the reason we got her, like I said, we weren't ready for her, but she came up. There was a Jersey Guernsey, and you never really see that breed. They're very good for their milk and for their cream quality. And Meredith's like, we got to get on it. This will never happen again. But she was pregnant at the time. And I was like, babe, slow your roll. But sometimes you just got to let your wife do what they want to do. Sit back and let them learn from your wisdom. So anybody want to buy a stanchion? Look how beautiful it is out here, guys. We're in the middle of nowhere, close to nothing. We're in Highland County, Virginia, close to Monterey. And today I got to do some work. My Echo Weed Whacker broke, right? And I've been trying to fix it myself, buying little parts. I put the carburetor on. What else did I change out? I changed out the fuel filter, the spark plug, doing us all this tune-up. I did this starting coil. I can't remember the exact name. It took a few weeks, and as that happened, weeds were growing. Look, this is a fruit tree that I need to get rid of all these weeds. I've been doing a lot of videos lately, if you've been following us, because it's been raining for like a week, maybe two, pretty much straight. Can't do much outside. And when that happens, I already weed whacked down here about a month ago. So there's a fruit tree. There they are right there. But look how this one has grown in. This is ridiculous. So I basically bought my cutters down here. I'm going to cut this fence down and weed whack that and that using the old weed whacker. Hey, Winston, are you keeping an eye out for snakes? I brought you down here for snakes, man, not for mice. All right, let's go get our weed whacker. A product review on this helmet. I use it for my chainsaw, but really what I bought it for, because it's not heavy duty, really, it's craptacular, man. I paid, I don't know, 30 bucks or something on, I can't remember what the price is on Amazon, but I really bought it for the shield, because when I'm weed whacking, stuff is flying in your face. I usually wear goggles, and then sometimes I put something over my mouth. Or I used to wear a mouth guard, because if you just smile for a second, a rock will hit you and knock your teeth right out. Speaking of teeth, I'm missing 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. I take really good care of my teeth, but I just had some bad luck. And to get implants now, it's $15,000 for 3 teeth. That was in California. We'll see what it is out here in Virginia. But we got more important things to do right now. We got a baby on board. And this thing really isn't that craptacular. I mean, it's just cheap plastic. It's not like a professional steel, what do you call it, chainsaw helmet. But the shield is actually pretty nice. And then I'm going to use my Echo SRM 225. This is the exact same one that I still have at my house. I'm gonna still try to fix it up and see if I can get it going, because what I can do with this is I can run a line on one of them, and on the other saw I can put a blade for doing really thick stuff. But look, Echo's for more for like homeowners, you know what I mean? This isn't like serious business professional like landscapers or anything, but it works good. So I didn't bring like a tripod. I'm not gonna show you me weed whacking, but let's see the before and after. Get it, Winston. Get it. Get it, Winston. It better be a snake. Go get it. Here's a tip from a guy who's been weed whacking for a long time. Actually, that Echo that broke down, I had it for like 7 years out there in California. I weed whack all the time, hours at a time, to keep the place down so I can see if there's any rattlesnakes. So if you keep your property clean, then you don't have snakes building up and stuff like that. But one of the things I learned is what you wear is very important. Not only the goggles protect your mouth and your eyes and all that kind of stuff, you can even wear gloves, because this stuff is really thorny and nasty. I should have brought my gloves down here, but I'll work it from a distance. But if you wear like regular like street clothes or like jeans, your jeans will get destroyed because this stuff has a lot of liquid in it. It'll stain your clothes. It'll stick to it. You can't get the grass off. I've worn sweats before. Totally ruin your sweats. Cargo shorts with socks. Your socks will be destroyed. What I'm wearing right now is these are nursing scrubs. I'm actually a registered nurse, if you guys don't know. But there's no jobs out here. So I'm actually working with an Amish guy building cabins for now until we get fiber optic in a couple weeks. And I might be a triage nurse online. But anyhow, when you wear this kind of polyester, this stuff does not stick to it, man. I already weed whacked today. Look, I already weed whacked today. And do you see anything on my pants? No. So that's a great idea if you guys want to buy some cheap scrubs somewhere before you weed whack. Let's do it! Crazy right now because it's so tall and it's so thick. I actually have a blade that I can put on here, and that's, like I said, the reason I want to keep the old one. I keep the blade on because it's kind of hassle to take it on and off. You can see I got stuff on me, but it comes right off, which is super nice. So the way you work something tall like this is you have to top it first, take that off, and then go down to the stalky stuff. But this stuff is so stalky, I might need that saw blade to the barn nizzle, because those weeds at the bottom were like this thick. So I came back to get this saw blade I was telling you about, and I have a whole video on this, right? But it's just kind of like a hassle to change it out. You know, you got different hardware and bolts, and then I gotta change it. And the space really isn't that big, so I actually brought a shovel. I can probably shovel it out quicker than I can weed whack it with a saw blade. Could have put that saw blade on. I got a video on that if you ever want to see how those things work. But I just used my shovel, man. It was pretty quick just to come in here and use my foot, a little manual labor. Maybe I didn't put my face shield on for that, so there might be stuff all over my face. But look, that looks pretty good. That fruit tree can breathe now. If you guys like these kind of videos, we usually do videos on homesteading, off-grid living. Down there, we have a barn. We're converting into a barn-dominium. I have a Nissan Titan. We're going to start doing some overlanding out here in Virginia in the middle of 3 national forests. People like to watch the channel. You know, you might learn something. Hey, wear some scrubs when you're weed whacking. You might just like looking at the videos for the beauty of the nature. The reason we started this channel was basically to let our family and friends know what's going on out here, because we left San Diego, where we had pretty much everything, and we're out here completely off-grid to show them what's happening. So guys, maybe you want to subscribe, hit the bell for notification. We come out with videos all the time. Leave a little comment, a thumbs up, all that kind of stuff helps the algorithm, because we're trying to monetize this channel so we can make a little bit of money out here completely off-grid. Hey, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. But I'm coming home. I'm coming. I'm coming home. I'm coming. Homestead Overland, Virginia.